What's up YouTube, how you doing? This is Mr. Tybox123 and in this video we're going to be doing a test of the rear facing camera on the HTC One. So here we are guys, this is an indoor test of the camera on the HTC One and this is recording at a full 1080p at 30 frames per second. And I've actually got this on touch to focus, so there is actually an option to lock the focus, but I've got this on touch to focus, so all the time we move it around we're just going to have to touch to focus, just so you guys can get a feel for the actual speed of the focus on the HTC One. Now also bear in mind that the camera on this is only a 4 megapixel camera, but it does utilise that ultra pixel technology to get more light into the sensor. So here we are guys, let's take a little tour around the room here and we'll take some close-ups of some certain objects and see how the focusing works. So just come up close to the keyboard here and we'll focus in on the letters and it locks in just nicely there. I'm about 3 or 4 inches away from the keyboard at this stage. Let's go up to the iMac G4 there and focus on the Apple, there we go. And let's just come out really quickly and then focus back in again. So there we go, that's nice and locked in. And the camera quality on the actual phone itself on the screen looks to be pretty good, but it's always difficult to tell until we get it out onto a video. A little bit of an outdoor view here just so you can get a feel for the quality outdoors. As you can see, the skies are pretty gloomy today, so not particularly fantastic for the best quality video, but this is kind of average lighting just to give you a basic idea. Let's come down here and have a little look at the Microsoft Surface. There we go, it's locked on nicely at that stage. And then let's just go over here to my little Lego model that I always use for testing these things out in terms of close-ups. So let's go into this little man here and just focus on his face. I'm literally only about 2 inches away from his face at the moment and that's locked on nicely, and you can, it's actually just seeking a little bit there. Let's just lock back onto that again. There we go, it's just about locked. That's probably because we're quite close in. Let's go and have a look at this little guy here now as well. There we go, locked in nicely there. And let's just get some idea of the depth of field that we can actually get. So I'll just focus on the man at the front here. You can see the front bit is just a little bit blurred out there, and it's actually not focusing on him for some reason. Let's try and pick something a little bit bigger. There we go. So that's kind of locked in. No, it's still not locking in nicely onto that man. So a few kind of little niggly issues trying to get it locked in. There we go. It just wasn't picking him out, and you can see a reasonable depth of field there in the background with that photo. And I'll in fact just focus on the photo now and bring that in. You can see the depth of field in the near ground here, and then we'll click back on the man again as well. It won't actually focus on the man, right? It's probably too small, so I have to click just below him, and there we go, that's focused in. So a reasonable depth of field as well, and the actual quality on the screen looks particularly fantastic. Let's just zoom right in here. So we'll actually pick that up, and we're literally only about 1 inch away here. So the video mode seems to be pretty good. With the touch to focus enabled, it does seem to kind of constantly want to focus itself, and then when you do click it, sometimes it just seems to have a few issues locking on when you're particularly close. But when you actually just pick out something that's a little bit bigger or a little bit further away, it doesn't seem to have any problem at all. I'm going to chuck up some still images as well from the camera just so you can get a feel for that. It's all on its maximum setting on auto. And in fact, just one last thing before we switch out to the stills, I'll just use the digital zoom here just so you can get a feel for how that works. So that is literally maximum digital zoom at this stage, just so you can get a feel for the terrible quality when you use any kind of zoom on any of these smartphones. But anyway guys, there we go. That is a test of the rear facing camera on the HTC One. I'm going to be testing out the front facing camera over on my vlog channel because I'm going to be using this for a few vlogs, and then we can check out the camera over there. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. Please do hit that like button for me, and I will see you all in the next video. See ya.